Hey guys, I hope you're well. Welcome back to my channel. You can see the different background setup. I'm house sitting. My sister's away for the weekend, so I'm at her house sitting, and I have a bit of time and baby's asleep, so I needed to film a video. So I was like, there's no better time than now. So as you can tell from the title of the video, today I'm talking everything about celibacy and my journey and what it took for me to get here and how I made this decision and all of that. But before I get into it, I have I think two disclaimers that I just want to put out there, just so we start this video on the same page. Now, disclaimer number one, I have a little bandage situation happening here. I had an abscess about a week ago, so that's what's happening here. Please, I'll try and hide it. Another disclaimer that I wanted to make was that the intention of this video is not to be judgmental or prove a point or I don't know, anything negative. Another thing is that our journeys, our assignments, our purposes are different. What I was told and asked by God will not be exactly the same as yours. So this is not to say that you must do this or else you're going to hell or anything like that. No. Okay, now that that's out of the way, let's get today's video started. Okay, so I made this decision a while back, maybe about 7 months ago. 7 months ago. So, and I only had one reason, and that was to honor God. It came from a deep desire in me to know God and to know him more and to become closer to him and to learn how to talk to him and have him talk to me and all of that. So that's where it came from. I just wanted to honor God. So I started meditating and I started sort of wanting to do more for God and through God, and I surrendered my whole entire being to him. I surrendered my career, I surrendered my love life, I surrendered my body, I surrendered my health, my wealth, my child, my family, my everything that has to do with me. I was like, God, I put this is you, this is yours. You knew me before you formed me in my mother's womb, so who better to take control of my life than the person who brought me here and the person who has plans for me and my future. You know, that was my thoughts behind it. I know myself now, and I'm on this beautiful self-discovery journey. This is why I attended Agenda Women. This is exactly why I'm always with the book club ladies. This is why I go to these events that enrich me mentally and spiritually, because I'm literally on that journey where I'm learning more about myself, I'm learning more about God, and it's just it's beautiful. I feel like my explanation of this is very, it's not the feelings that the gooiness I'm feeling inside for where I am now with my relationship with God and where I am in knowing myself and believing in myself and knowing that I'm enough and loving that and being fulfilled by me, myself, before my child, before my mom, before my friends, before anything. Me, myself, God, I love myself now. Like, and it's not, getting here wasn't easy. I had to go through a whole lot of things to get here. And one of the things that I asked God when this process started was for him to prune me. I was like, God, mold me. The person that you brought me here to be, I want to be that person. I want the best for me, and I know you've got the best for me, and you also want the best for me. So prune me, mold me into the person that you want me to be. Whoever I need to get rid of to be that person, let me have the heart to end those relationships. I was like, anything that doesn't glorify you, anything that takes me away from you, let it go. Take it away from, wash me, cleanse me from all of those things. And even if it means I stay with one friend and everyone else falls away and I just have that one friend, let it be. I'm so ready for that one friend. I will love her. Trust me, after I prayed that prayer, I started seeing God reveal himself to me and the kind of person that he is, and reveal the people around me. That's when I started losing some of my friends, and I was fine with it. I was at peace, I was at ease knowing that, okay, God did that, okay. I think because it was an unusual experience, the first time it happened, it shocked me, and I was like, no, I wanted to hold on to those relationships, but God reminded me and was like, hang on, you asked me to remove the people that were not for you, and remove the people, not, this is coming out bad, and this is coming out as though I'm saying some of the friends that I had were horrible people, and they were just negative, and no, it wasn't like that. Sometimes someone is a good person, but they're not the right fit for you and where God is taking you. So that's what I had to understand and be at peace with. And as soon as I understood that, I was fine. I was fine. I was, like I said, I was ready to lose anything and everything that didn't glorify God, even if it meant I literally don't even have any friends. I just have that one or none. Then I'd rather have no friends and be one with God than have 10 friends that are not feeding into the person that I'm supposed to be, that God brought me on this earth to be. I think it's Jeremiah 29. It says God has plans for me, plans to prosper me and not to fail me, plans for my future. So that verse stays with me everywhere I go, because I know that if, for example, I were to lose my job tomorrow is Monday, by the way, if I were to lose my job, if I were to get there and my manager is like, actually, it's not working out anymore, then I will pack my stuff. As ridiculous and maybe unbelievable as this sounds, I will be at peace, because I know that it wasn't for me, and the time that I spent there was the time that God allowed me to stay there for a particular reason, for me to learn some skills that he knows that I need for where he's taking me. I think the important thing to remember here, for people that are celibate, whether you've shared it with the world or not, is that that decision you made and that vow that you made to God has everything to do with me and my Creator, and no one else matters in this decision besides me and God. You know, like, I made a vow to him and not to my friends. You know, my friends were not there when God was telling me what to do. So how can I then take their criticism and judgments as a factor in my life when they don't know what God promised me? They don't know the discussions I have with God. They've got nothing to do with that. So, hi God, but they're not a factor in this. And I'm saying this because, especially because I have a child, it's viewed as ridiculous and, I don't know, funny and strange and all of that. But to me, again, this is about me and my Creator. This is a decision that I made based on me wanting to honor God. So how is it anyone else's business, if I can put it that way? Someone actually told me this, that what's the point? What's the point? Because you already have a child. And I don't have a response for that, just that I don't expect the next person to understand what God told me. Just as it always, just as, you know, success stories, like, I don't know who I can use an example where they told the next person that this is what I want to do, this is the business that I want to start, for example, and someone laughed at them and they were like, ha, how are you going to do that? That is so impossible. You don't even have money, you don't even have this, you don't even have that. And then 10 years down the line, their business is booming, and the same people that are laughing at you and judging you and criticizing you for making this decision will be the same people that will be asking you that, oh my goodness, how can I also have a Christ-centered marriage? Because at that point you'll be with your husband that God brought to you and all of those things. This decision, being celibate, has made me have this like strong discernment. Like, I'm able to make decisions much more clearly. You know, like, I'm able to make great decisions and I'm able to think them through. Like, I'm not clouded by anything. I'm able to also see things as they are, you know, and people for who they are. God talks to me and I talk to him, and I'm able to hear his word, and again, on discernment, I'm able to tell that this is God's voice and this is not. And I cannot explain it. I think you need to be, your faith needs to be that deep, and you need to have a relationship with God, and you need to be a believer that God exists first and foremost, and want to praise him and worship him in order for you to be able to hear his voice and discern that this is his voice. This is not the enemy. This is not the voices in my head. This is not what I watched on TV. You know, it's just him talking to me. If there's a decision to be made, like not too long ago, I found this house that I wanted to move into, sharing, of course, and everything was perfect with the house, the parking, the location, everything. And then God told me that, no, I know it's what you wanted, and I know that the price is perfect, and I know, but no, now is not the time, and that is not the house for you. And I didn't move, so it's allowed me to be able to hear him. And that's what I've always wanted. I don't know about you, but that's what I've always wanted. For me, for a long time, I've always wanted to hear him speak to me and respond accordingly, and not just blindly make decisions, especially when it comes to marriage. Like, I never ever want to be in a position where I married the wrong person because we've been together since high school, or I don't know, we've got 2 kids together, and you know, all these things that we generally use as benchmarks for us to move on to the next step with someone. For me, that wasn't enough. That wasn't it. I didn't want to marry someone just because I've got a kid with them, or just because we've known each other for 10 years, or just because. No, it had to be much deeper than that. And that was based on the fact that I started understanding what marriage is, and I started understanding that 50% of people that get married get a divorce. Half. And I was like, what? No. I don't want that for my life at all. I want the person that I'm going to be with to be someone that God has brought into my life for his particular purpose. He is bringing us together to glorify him, and for us to sort of, our purpose sort of complements one another, and in that way we're able to fulfill. He helps me fulfill my assignment, and I help him fulfill his assignment, and it's all just beautiful. Okay, so I prayed to God one day and I was like, can he please reveal to me who my husband is? And I prayed that prayer very nervous, not knowing what was going to come out of it. I was like, God will probably be like, really, child? Really? Really? But he revealed to me, he did. And he showed me who that person is. And okay, I'm just gonna say this. I'm not going to say his name. I'm not going to say who he is or what he does, because it's the timing is not. It's not time yet. There was a time when I needed a particular service, and I contacted him. This was this was probably like 2 years ago. I contacted him, and we planned a day to sit and strategize and all those things, and that didn't come to pass again because the timing of it wasn't right. If you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up like I said, and leave a comment on your experience if you're celibate, or if you know someone who's celibate, or if you want to be celibate. I mean, let's engage, let's talk more about it. I think we don't talk about this topic enough. But yeah, that's me, and I had so much fun telling the story. I didn't think I would, but it was fun. Thank you for hanging out with me today. Another thing that I almost forgot to say was that it puts me under a lot of pressure to post weekly. So from now on, I'm going to post every 2 weeks. Thank you for hanging out with me today, and I'll see you on my next one. Bye.